HowExpert! Top 10 childcare teacher tips and lessons. HowExpert publishes how-to guides on all topics from A to Z by everyday experts. Visit HowExpert.com to learn more. Moving on, let's talk about the HowExpert Top 10 Childcare Teacher Tips and Lessons. Number 10, care about your students. Caring about your students may seem obvious when becoming a childcare teacher, but some see this position as just a job. Working with young children is more than a job. It's an opportunity to educate and be a positive role model in the student's life. Becoming a childcare teacher should be done to make a difference in the lives of others by doing your job with compassion, understanding, and patience. To the students, you aren't just doing a job. You are essentially part of their childhood development. Number 9, get to know the parents. While you'll be working with children most of the day, their parents are ultimately the childcare customers. You'll be in charge of taking care of one of the most precious parts of their lives. Sometimes it may seem like parents are being difficult, but you should still listen to all the special instructions given by the parents. Even if you don't understand, there is likely a good reason for their requests. Building a good relationship with the parents can help you gain a better understanding of their wants and needs for their children. It can also be incredibly beneficial when there are problems with students in the classroom so that you and the parents can work as a team to build a plan to address the behaviors consistently. Number 8, create lesson plans. To help your learning activities succeed, you must plan and know what you will do each day. Children do best with a consistent schedule, and planning activities will help the days fly by. It's essential to learn what activities are developmentally appropriate for your age group so that children are engaged and excited about the activities. Worksheets won't work out well for 2-year-olds, and coloring won't be straightforward with infants. There are a lot of resources online to research fun, developmentally appropriate activities for each group. Doing this will help you become an all-star teacher with your directors and students. Number 7, understand age-appropriate behavior. When working with different age groups, each has its challenges. These challenges mostly come from behaviors we as adults deem difficult to deal with daily. Some behaviors seem like misbehaving to adults, but are children's way of figuring out how the world works. For example, infants explore the world with their hands and their mouths. Putting things in their mouth is normal behavior. Toddlers will continue studying with their mouths and may bite their friends, which is also expected behavior for that age group. And once they learn to communicate better with their words, this will subside. Hitting and throwing things are also age appropriate until about 3 years old. While these behaviors certainly shouldn't be encouraged, you should expect them, and you can prepare. Learning the behavior reasons is the best way to get them to change. Number 6, learn more with continuing education. The state or center that hired you will likely require training and continuing education hours. Look at them as an opportunity to find new strategies to implement in your classroom. This training is when you can learn about new age-appropriate activities and techniques for classroom management. Make sure that you are taking advantage of these learning opportunities and possibly doing your learning and research. Outside education will help you to become successful. Number 5, set up your classroom. Having an organized space for you and the children you work with can make a world of difference in how smoothly your days go. The best way to set up a classroom depends on the age group you're teaching. For children ages 2 to 5, it would be best to separate the room into sections based on what activities will go on there. There might be an art area with tables and chairs. There may also be a pretend play section with play kitchen and dolls. Each location should have clear expectations as to what will happen in that part of the room. Each section should have rules for what goes on and how many students. Number 4, have realistic expectations of children's behavior. Now that you have an understanding of age-appropriate behaviors, it's also critical that you have realistic expectations of how children behave in general. You'll probably be unable to have all 10 to 15 of your students sitting quietly and listening simultaneously. These behaviors are just the nature of children. It's essential to be flexible, patient, and understanding of what is just normal childhood behavior. There will be arguments, times they act out, and times when it seems everyone is following every rule. There will be other times when it feels like they aren't following any rules. Don't feel discouraged if it seems to be an off day. Number 3, build appropriate relationships with the children. One effective way to manage your classroom is to build relationships with your students. Depending on the age group, there are different ways to do this. Once children are better communicators, the best way to do this is to get them talking about themselves. They love to talk about the things that they like and the things that they do at home. Ask them questions about their favorite things to get them to sit quietly during transitions. Allow them time at the end of the learning sessions to talk about their time at home. They will come to understand that you care about them and will be willing to listen to what you have to say. Number 2, learn how to manage big emotions, both yours and the children. Sometimes teaching young children can be complicated and overwhelming. Children have big emotions and often do not know how to express themselves effectively. It's our job to help them through this and give them time to process how they're feeling. Provide a safe area in your classroom for students who need to separate themselves from the other children to regulate their emotions before returning to play. As a teacher, it's equally important that you handle your feelings because it can be a difficult job. It's vital to communicate your needs with your directors and coworkers so that you can step away from the classroom and regulate your emotions when things get tough. There is nothing wrong with needing to step away from the classroom occasionally as long as you communicate your needs with your management and ensure the children have appropriate supervision beforehand. And number 1, have fun. One of the most important things to remember about being a teacher to young children is to have fun. Don't forget to enjoy your time with your students. Young children learn best through play, so don't be afraid to jump in and play with them. Color alongside them, build blocks, and play pretend. Read exciting stories with your students and play interactive games. You'll come to love this career if you remember to have fun. If you liked our video, be sure to click like and subscribe for more HowExpert Top 10 videos for all topics from A to Z in the future. Also, let us know what other topics you want us to do a HowExpert Top 10 video in the future in the comments below. Thank you, have an amazing day, and take care. HowExpert publishes quick how-to guides on all topics from A to Z by everyday experts. Visit HowExpert.com to learn more.